In order to charge the Incarnon Dera, you gotta go for headshots. Body shots, unfortunately, will not work. Now, as soon as you go Incarnon form, this one goes all special. And the special part about it is the fact that it gets these decorations on top of your weapon. As for the fire itself, well, basically there's not a whole lot of difference in terms of aspect and the way that the weapon fires between normal and Incarnon form, except that god-awful fire rate. But fear not, my friends, you are getting a lot more damage. How much more damage? 10 times the damage. But more crits, yes, because you do love crits, and that's basically the base functionality of the weapon. No, there's no linking, there's no area of effect, there's essentially nothing. Let's quickly go over those fantastic evolutions. At level 1, you get a massive increase in base damage by 4! Not 1, not 2. I told you I couldn't do this with a straight face. On status effect, 5% fire rate for 5 seconds, stacking up 6 times for a massive 30% fire rate that you will barely feel in Incarnon mode, but hey, at least it will work in Incarnon mode. The second talent at level 2 is Crimson Overture, increases base damage by 6, and on kill 20% ammo efficiency for 5 seconds, stacks up 4 times. And if you think this one works in Incarnon form, unfortunately, it doesn't work in Incarnon form. Boo freaking hoo. Extended Volley, 50% projectile flight speed. This will help you to easier charge the weapon if you want to use it in Incarnon form, that is. Swift Deliverance increases base magazine capacity by 30. This one works only in normal form. And Evolved Autoloader, 50% magazine reloaded per second when holstered, because let's be honest, you don't really want to use it, you just want to keep it holstered. But wait, there's more. Evolution 4 brings the groundbreaking new talent called High Ground. Check this one out. It's like legitimately new. Increases base critical chance by 25% of current status chance up to 45. Essentially, it's gonna be a toss-up between High Ground and Death Trap Trigger, which increases your base critical chance by 14 and the base critical damage multiplier by 0.4x. I don't recommend going for status chance on this one unless you wanna not use it in its Incarnon form. Go to whichever of these two. It's not gonna be making a huge difference on the gun. Are you a new player? Do you want to play with the Dera? Then stop. This is definitely not the way. Instead, use this weapon, which is about 16.2 times better than the Dera or the Dera Vandal. Link in the cards right now. Thank me later. Do not invest into this weapon. As for veterans of the game, this is an Incarnon weapon. That means it's endgame, right? Yes, my friends. You will be able to one-shot level 200s, maybe with this one. Hey, it's got a riven disposition of 5 out of 5, so at least there's that. Galvanized Chamber, Galvanized Aptitude, don't worry, we're gonna be having a little Sentinel to prime our stuff. Critical chance, critical damage with critical delay, Vital Sense, Malignant Force combining with Cryons to make Vital. Why would you make Vital on the weapon? High base damage, as you can see in Incarnon form. And we're gonna be shooting the Orokin. The Orokin are vulnerable to? That's right, the Orokin are now vulnerable to vital damage. And I also got my Netic in case I come across somebody with Overguard, because that's gonna make a huge difference. And we also got Prime Bane of the Orokin, and of course Hunter Munitions over 100% critical chance, 144 with 6.6x critical multiplier. Diriga as a primer, of course, with Hellstrom, and this one is gonna be priming with Corrosive and Cold. Why the Cold? Well, of course, for primary Frostbite critical damage multi-shot, of course. As for the actual Warframe buffs, why don't we use something like Corrosive Projection, Arcane Avenger for it, more critical, and more, well, reducing the armor of the enemies. You know what? Let's give it even more flat damage than that. Let's not use Energize. Rage. Much like my reaction when I first tried out this weapon. Not important. Now, we're gonna be unpausing them so they can come at me, brah. There we go. There we go. Now we're gonna charge up the weapon. Fully charged. Beautiful. And now, in Incarnon form. Look at it. Boom, boom, boom. One shot. Well, almost a one shot. Look at the damage. Beautiful. Glorious. Fantastic. Now I go for body shots. Now watch the headshot. Boom. 1 point something mil. And another headshot. 1.5 mil. Boom. 1.8 mil. This, my friends, is the Incarnon Dera. And that's pretty much all I can stomach of it. This is a very high damage single target weapon with no effects added on top of it. If you want to make it a bit more AoE, you can go gas or something of the sort. As it stands now, this is one of the more weaker Incarnon weapons in the game. But hey, if you didn't have enough single target weapons that you don't use, now you have one more. And that's pretty much it. As always, my name is Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, channel, subscribe only if you enjoy the content. If you got any feedback for me, let us know in the comment section down below. Or even better yet, go over to the Digital Extremes forums and let them know. Fail to connect to the server, you will now be logged out.